What's up, Scorpio? Welcome to your weekly tea reading. I'm super excited to bring this new series to you guys. Those of you out there that are subscribers to my channel, part of the Rosy tribe, y'all have been asking me to come up with like a weekly spread for you guys for like over a year. So this is what I got for you. I really hope you like it. I will put a detailed outline of what we're going to cover in this reading in the box below. My game plan is to release these readings every Tuesday, depending on how you guys like them. So definitely give me your feedback in the comments. Y'all know I really value that. But yeah, I'm super excited to dive in. But yeah, basically what we're going to be doing in these readings is just checking in on a weekly basis and seeing what messages want to come through for you guys. Seeing what your overall vibes are going to be for the week. The exact messages that you need to hear if you're drawn to click on the reading, okay? So a couple of quick things before we dive in, Scorpio. Number one, if you haven't already, make sure you check me out on Instagram. I'm getting a lot more active over on that platform. So my handle is just at the Rosy Tarot. And lastly, if you haven't already, do check out my brand new tarot course if you are interested in learning how to read tarot yourself. It is called Tarot for Transformation. It is now available in a 100% on-demand format. So you guys can learn on your own time, around your own schedule, at your own pace, okay? So I will leave those deets in the box below so you can check those things out. And let's go ahead and dive in. So Scorpio, the first thing we're going to tap into here is just your vibe of the week. So what kind of energy are my Scorpios out there? What is their vibe? What is Scorpio's vibe this upcoming week? And guys, this is for Scorpio's Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And this is going to be starting Tuesday. So, Tuesday, the weekly tea Tuesday, tarot. Y'all know I like a good theme, so that's why I chose Tuesdays. So October 13th, 2020, overall vibe for Scorpio. Ooh, one more please. Too many. Give me one more please to clarify these. Tie it all together. Whew, okay. Oh goodness, I didn't even see that one. So yeah, bottom of the deck, we've got the Three of Pentacles. People are going to be a huge theme for you this week. There's so many cards here that indicate that, Scorpio. And I do want to mention there's a lot going on, like astrologically speaking. For those of you, you may know that if you follow astrology, but for those of you that don't, today, Tuesday the 13th, is actually the official beginning of the very last Mercury retrograde for 2020. There was another pretty significant astrological, event that occurred yesterday with Neptune and Jupiter. And this upcoming Friday, we're going to have a new moon in Libra. And this is very much that Libra energy, okay, that I'm picking up on for you guys. So take it as it resonates. But I do feel like a theme for you guys this week is going to be surrounding your relationships. Your relationships, perhaps not just romantically speaking, but with just other people in general. We've got the Three of Cups, that came out here. We've also got the Three of Pentacles. And we've got this Five of Swords and the Knight of Swords, as well as the Hierophant, okay? So perhaps there are going to be issues that come up surrounding commitment, tradition, traditional relationships or commitment within some of your relationships. I feel like there's going to be definitely some issues surrounding some sort of hostility, some hostile vibes here. I'm not going to lie to you guys. You guys know I keep it 100 on this channel and I don't sugarcoat. This is a shit energy, okay? This is an energy of wanting to win at all costs. This is an energy of being very stubborn, okay? Being very stubborn and being perhaps very, cold and calculated and sharp. And this could be you. Scorpio. This could be something you need to be on the lookout for this upcoming week. So this energy with this new moon in Libra could maybe strike a chord within you that is not going to bring out your best. Or perhaps it just may bring up some sort of issues in your relationships in general, okay? So take it as it resonates. Let's see what else we can find out. So what else can we find out here for Scorpio this upcoming week? So Scorpio's vibe this upcoming week. And guys, this is my newest Oracle deck that I've purchased. I'm such a big fan. I really wanted to give it a shout out to those of you that are looking to kind of build your collections. It is called Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck, okay? So I haven't had it for very long and I already adore it. So I definitely highly recommend it. Ooh, here we go. Give me one more, please, for Scorpio. So the first card that popped out says Princess. You can be your own knight. And it's interesting, it says that considering she's holding that sword, and one of the cards that came out for you in your overall vibe for the week is this Knight of Swords. Perhaps, furthermore, I do want to mention this as well. We've got this card that says Raindrops, and it says take a chance on them, okay? So I'm picking up a couple of different things, but the overarching theme that I see here is that perhaps, Scorpio, you are in an energy this week in which you are being a bit overly critical, perhaps, of a relationship in your life. And what it all boils down to is that your expectations of what this relationship should be providing you with, or what this person should be doing, etc., may be a little out of whack. Perhaps you are facing some controversy and adversity with this person. Perhaps you guys are going through a bit of a challenging or a tough time. And the message here is clear. There's a need for you to reset your own expectations and realize that you've got to be your own knight in shining armor, so to speak. Perhaps, you are placing too much responsibility on this other person to make you happy, etc. And this week is reminding you that, hey, none of us are perfect. We're all human. Perhaps there's a need for you to have a little bit more grace for this individual and whatever that they're going through. And again, that's not going to be for all of you, but that's just the vibe I'm picking up on. So just be mindful of that. And let's be clear, there's nothing wrong with setting, having expectations of the way in which you deserve to be treated, or etc. The real issues arise whenever, we are expecting anything outside of ourselves to validate us, or, make us happy, or, make us feel worthy, things like that. Or we have this, kind of toxic, uncontrollable desire to want to control people, to want them to do exactly what it is we want them to do. That is always going to lead to suffering, Scorpio. So I get a sense that perhaps you need to, in some shape, form, or fashion, need to release that sort of urge to want to control, okay, your relationships or dynamics with other people. Let me know in the comments how that resonates. Let's keep going though, okay, Scorpio? So next question we're going to tap into here, actually, let's grab this deck. So what does Scorpio need to be mindful of? So this upcoming week, starting with October 13th, what do my Scorpios out there watching need to be mindful of? Wow. Oh my goodness. Exactly. And look, we've got this Three of Pentacles again on the bottom of the deck. This is all about compromising. Like, there are relationships in your life. And again, I feel like this is going to be different for all of you. For some of you, this is like friendships. For some of you, this is romance, okay? But this week is reminding you, this message for this week is reminding you that it's time to shift out of this Knight of Swords energy and this Five of Swords energy where it's like you're just determined to be the winner, where you're just determined to be right, and you're being stubborn and hard-headed and, sort of in that my way or the highway energy. This message is reminding you that relationships are all about, balance. They're all about equal give and take. They're all about compromise and working together, okay? And this week, you need to be mindful of, kind of bringing love into the situation. That's the message that I'm getting. I mean, we've got the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups. What I'm sensing is that you need maybe a little less of this Swords energy and a little more of this Cups energy. So really tapping into that. Perhaps, really becoming a bit more vulnerable with this person. Expressing a bit more of like an energy of unconditional love for them versus being so harsh. Because what I'm picking up is that, you kind of living in that really, sort of hardcore my way or the highway vibe is really bringing down your own energy and your own vibration. With this High Priestess here, I also feel like some of you may be really keeping your, you may be sort of like not showing your hand. You may be sort of withholding feelings and emotions from somebody as a way to punish them. And I'm not going to lie, Scorpio, y'all are kind of like pro level at that. And I mean, I'm just keeping it 100. Scorpio is such an interesting, just deep sign of the zodiac. I love Scorpio. I'm fascinated. My Gemini self is fascinated with Scorpio in general. And Scorpios kind of drive me nuts, I'm not going to lie, because I almost never seem to be able to figure Scorpios out. And I think that's a pretty common observation that people make about Scorpios. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I've also known a lot of people with a moon placement, like a Scorpio moon, that tend towards this sort of strategy of maybe being a little bit emotionally manipulative or, punishing people that are, maybe not behaving properly, people that they care about, kind of punishing them by withholding feelings and emotions. Take it as it resonates. Again, I know this reading may not feel super cheery and light, but for those of you that are new to my channel, I'm always gonna keep it 100 with you. So just be honest with yourself. I think that's one of the biggest messages that's coming through here, Scorpio. This new moon in Libra, this 7th house energy, it's giving you an opportunity. And also, I want to be clear, partnered with this Mercury retrograde, okay? These energies that are in combination are really going to impact you. They are going to really perhaps shine a light on issues that you're having within your relationships when it comes to being truly like emotionally vulnerable, and like actually being able to communicate feelings, okay? And for some of you, that may already be like not the easiest thing to do. this energy of this upcoming week, it's going to be even harder. So for those of you out there, again, take it as it resonates. For those of you that are already struggling in that department, do not be surprised if shit sort of hits the fan. Okay? But that's okay. Like that's what I love about tarot and astrology. The whole point of tapping into this stuff and really and exploring is so that you can kind of game plan, so that you can be aware of what's happening and you can course correct. You can sort of choose to combat this and overcome it and kind of get a different outcome than what would have otherwise just naturally occurred if you had just allowed yourself to be the victim of it instead of embracing the challenge and, facing it head on. So what do my Scorpios out there watching? What does Scorpio need to surrender? What does Scorpio need to surrender this upcoming week? You can't make this shit up. Are y'all ready for this? I mean, drop the mic. Surrender your fear of intimacy. Just gonna leave that right there. Please let me know in the comments, guys, if this is really hitting home for you. I'm gonna read this card, okay? What it says. It says, Scorpio. Doesn't say Scorpio, but y'all feel me. You are ready to let love in. Compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. And I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there. For a lot of you, I feel like it's just fear. For a lot of you, it's very scary to relinquish that sort of control. For a lot of you, it is very scary to imagine handing somebody that sort of power over you. You like to feel like you are in charge. And vulnerability is just not something that you have very much experience with. This week, that shit's gonna be highlighted. And even for those of you out there that are single, I mean, intimacy is an important element and aspect of all of our different types of relationships, right? Not just romantic ones. Again, let me know in the comments like how this is pertaining to you, because if this is kind of your vibe and you're picking up on this, going into this week, you guys are already going to be feeling this, and it's likely you already know exactly what the situation is talking about. So let me know. So one more card here for my Scorpios out there. What does Scorpio need to surrender this upcoming week? Wow. So we've also got surrender to setting limits. Whoops. Bottom of the deck, surrender to setting limits. So this is all about setting healthy boundaries. Again, take it as it resonates. That may be an issue that you guys have struggled with in the past, and it's really being sort of highlighted based on the energies of this week. So this card says, it is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs and remember that no is a complete sentence. And I feel like, honestly, for a lot of you, you may end up like relationships may just always turn out the same way for you. And this is both friendships and, romantic partnerships. They may always end in suffering and heartbreak for you. And if you really take a step back and analyze them, like, what do they all have in common? I feel like many of you will find this trend. And it all comes back to you never really expressing your own needs. So take that as it resonates, Scorpio. But I feel like for some of you, that is something that needs to be worked on. This is you becoming way more comfortable with expressing to your friends and romantic partners telling them what you need in the relationship, not just letting that shit fester up and then before you know it, being in this shitty Five of Swords, Knight of Swords energy and things just going to shit. And lastly here, we have got surrender to divine timing. For some of you, you get very impatient or frustrated when the timing of things isn't going according to what your ego thinks it should be. And I'm going to read this card to you, Scorps. It says, sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. Exactly. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough, according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. So yeah, I mean, it's this is a huge week. This is a very emotional week for you, Scorpio. The word of the week for you guys is surrender. You know, there is a need here for you guys to put down the swords and tap into the heart, okay? This is a week for you guys to keep it 100 with yourself. Really ask yourself about these sort of topics or issues surrounding really being intimate with someone else, really opening up, really allowing other people in. Ask yourself perhaps like how your inability to do so perhaps has played a part in your past relationships or the failure of past relationships. At the end of the day, Scorpio, like the truth is, it's incredible. You know, you are really like missing out or kind of depriving yourself of such an incredible experience that you're meant to have in this lifetime. This experience of having that true intimacy with somebody else. And yeah, it's scary as fuck, but you know, it's perhaps time for you to, you know, work towards getting more comfortable with it, you know, kind of start seeing it in a different light. For a lot of you, it's all about attitude. For some of you, it's about releasing something that's happened to you in the past that has sort of jaded you. So again, you know, take it as it resonates. It's going to be a little different for everyone. But to wrap this up, Scorpio, let's pull an affirmation for you guys this week, okay? So give me an affirmation. What is the perfect affirmation for my Scorpios? Give me one more. Another sign got this same affirmation. Very interesting. Oh my gosh, this is so nice, so lovely. So this is a great way to tie up this reading, Scorpio. The first card that came out says, directing my focus onto what's thriving creates more of what I want, okay? So I want you guys to hear that loud and clear. Many of you are kind of heading into this week really focused on shit that's not working. And I feel like it's for many of you pertaining to your relationships in your life. Again, friendships, relationships with family, romantic partnerships, etc. You know, all of the above, okay? So for many of you, like that's sort of your attitude. And you're in this my way or the highway, really stubborn, shitty, come at me, bro kind of energy. And the message is clear. It's time to drop the fucking swords and quit focusing on everything that's wrong within your relationships and instead focus on what's right. You know, having grace for others, not being so critical, not being so judgmental, perhaps. The more you focus on what's beautiful about these relationships in your life, the more you have true gratitude for the relationships in your life, doing this truly like will shift everything. And that is the first affirmation that I pulled for you guys. So lastly, we've got this one, which says, Wanting more for others puts me into an energy of abundance. Again, this week is really about your relationships with other people. And right now, once again, I do feel that you guys are kind of in a shitty energy when it comes to your relationships. Some of you may feel slighted. Some of you may feel like, people in your life aren't pulling their weight. Some of you may feel like there's not a whole lot of like reciprocity within your relationships. And let's be clear, Scorpio, you may be right. 100, but let's be honest. Every single one of us has the free will to stay or go when it comes to relationships. It's our choice. So it's really not fair to bitch and complain about the people in our life. No one's forcing us to stick around with that person. No one's forcing us to do that. And so this week is a great week for you to sort of really think critically maybe about, reevaluate, take inventory of the relationships in your life and, be very, very, be very intentional about it. Perhaps look up some of the new moon rituals. This new moon is truly in Libra all about balancing out our relationships. And with this Mercury retrograde, for a lot of you out there, this is going to bring up past bullshit, that we're holding on to that's impacting our current relationships. I will definitely be posting some ritual ideas on Instagram. So again, if you haven't checked me out over there, do that. That is what I've got for you, Scorpio. Really interesting vibes. Definitely let me know in the comments how it resonates. Don't forget to check out my tarot course. And until next time, I'm sending you guys so much love and light. Mwah. Peace.